So for the purpose that's about the data management, we have some basic use, we have some basic command, we have some commonly used command listed below. So later we will introduce it one by one, and you can try to follow the slide and just try to do something by this command. So the first command, ls, which is an abbreviation of a list. It is used in listing all of the items in the current directory. So if you want to get the detail, if you want to read the manual of the ls command, you can type this one. Just add the help after ls, and you will see below a detailed manual that's about the ls command. So if you type this command ls, you will find several items that with different colors. So typically, for a blue one, it would stand for directory. For a white one, it would stand for a file. And for a cyan one, it would stand for executable file. So different color of the item stand for different type of file or directory. So you have to make sure what you are doing and what you are seeing. So if you use ls-l, you will see the detailed information instead of a short list of items in the directory. So if you type ls-l, you will see here that includes the tile, the created tile, or the modified type of this file. You will see here, and the size of directory and the size of file. In some case, it would be ls-l would be abbreviated to ll, and you can use it to get the detailed information of all items. So for the other command that about the data management, we have cd, which is abbreviation from a change directory. So if you want to change directory from the current directory, you can use command cd and add the detailed path of the directory you want to enter. And the corresponding command would be a pwd, which is abbreviation of print working directory. So if you type pwd without any parameter, you will get the detail. You will get the detailed path of current directory you are now working. So the below snapshot is example that's about cd and pwd. You can Again, if you want to know the detailed manual of this command, just type help after this command. And then we have env. So as you know, env is abbreviation of move. So you are trying to move a file from a source to a destination. So if you want to use this command, you have to assign the source, the file you want to move, and the destination, the position you want to place the file. So you are just trying to move a file from a source to a destination, and you can check below snapshot for example. So if the path did not change, it would tend to be a command of renaming, which means you just move a file from a current working directory to the same place, but with different file name. So it just corresponds to operation of renaming of this file. So you can see the below snapshot for example. So previously we have mentioned that you can use MV comment in moving a file from a source to a destination, or you can use MV comments in renaming a file. And these two operations can be achieved in the same file if you assign the file name and the file name of the source and the destination in detail. So you can read the below snapshot for example. So here we have comments of a CP, which is abbreviation of a copy. So we are trying to copy a file from a source to a destination. So the usage of a CP is quite similar to an MV, but we are trying to do copying instead of moving. So previously we have mentioned that we are trying to do some operation. We are trying to move a file, we are trying to move a directory, we are trying to copy a file. However, if you are trying to copy a directory, you are trying to make a replication of a directory, you have to add a parameter -r, and the R means the recursive. So if you add the -r parameter, the copy command, the CP command, would be applied to all items and all directory, all files in a directory, and you can make a replication of a directory by using a CP-R. So we can see the below snapshot, for example. So we can still use a command in making a new directory or in removing a directory. So we have mkdir, abbreviation of a make directory, and rndir for remove directory. And we have to know that the rndir command is only used in empty directory. So if the directory is not empty, you still can find some file in the directory. You cannot use the rndir directory for not empty directory. So for example of mkdir and rndir, you can see the below snapshot. But if you want to remove a non-empty directory, you can use rn-r instead. And the rn-r, the meaning -r is still recursive. We are trying to assign the rn command for every items within the directory. So we will use -r after the rn comments. So for the previously mentioned rn, it is abbreviation of remove. So you can use rn in removing the file and the directory we have mentioned previously. So you just add a file name and a directory and the file name you want to remove after the rn command. And you have to always be careful when you are removing something, because there are no recycle bin in Linux. So once if the file is removed, it is removed. So please be always be careful if you are removing something. So rn, we use -r parameter in removing a non-empty directory. So again, make sure what you are doing. So please always be careful when using rn command or rn-r command.